and you need everybody to be working for your squad. You need everybody to be working really, really hard. And we know that Daniel Gaya is the type of person who's not gonna let his team down.
And alam ko, sa isang mga red cards ng Cebu in this calendar year also, isa doon kay Daniel Gadia. So, marked man na siya, pwede natin sabihin dito para sa Cebu. But at the end of the day, we know that it is a team effort, but let's see how they'll be able to get going. And we jump ship to Mendiola. Jamer, talk about this team for us.
Well, it's a youthful side. Sabi nga ni Coach Niboy Pedimonte, we are looking at the exposure of the players. Most of the players fresh out of college. Minsan yung iba pa sa kanila are still playing in college or still have career in their collegiate football. But looking into the side of Mendiola FC 1991, they have a couple of players to look at. But more particularly, you have to look at Junior. Sam Junior is someone that you would have to expect that he will be fighting for the ball up front, looking for that long passes from the back. Siya yung tipo ng player na hahabulin niya lahat ng pasa na pupunta sa way niya, and that's the kind of striker that you want in your side.
So alam natin na si Junior Sam ay ang kanilang target man dito sa Mendiola. So parehas ang kanyang role when you compare to early on in this season. Junior Sam, although foreigner siya, kilalang kilala siya rito sa Philippine football circuit. So it was no surprise, and it was nice to see that Mendiola was picking up a foreigner who is integrated well into the community already. So, experience is the name of the game dito, pero mahalaga pa rin daw ang standings because they have Maharlika, ang kanilang rivals, breathing right down their neck. May 4 points sila sa standings. Ang Mendiola ay may 6. As we are close to the pre-match protocol already, and let's not forget Coach Niboy Pedimonte himself, very experienced person with the youth national teams of the Philippines. So well experienced siya and well exposed, and he will be testing his wits up against the likes of Coach Mehmet Kakil. At kita nga natin dito yung Mendiola, hindi sila distracted na nandito sila sa lower end ng standings. Medyo loose nga ang kanilang atmosphere dito sa huddle.
Well, they have nothing to lose. The only way is up for Mendiola FC 1991. Alam mo kasi we know that Maharlika is just 2 points behind them, and knowing na marami pang games na natitira dito sa Philippines Football League, you would expect that the side like Mendiola will be fighting regardless of who they are facing, regardless if they'll be facing the top 2 teams, regardless they'll be facing all the other teams in mid-table. So it is expected of them, and it should be something that we have to wait in this game or to experience in this game against Cebu.
Alam natin, nandun ang kanilang fighting spirit, which is something that they teach sa grassroots level all the way up to the collegiate at pro level sa Mendiola FC community. Because alam natin, yung squad nila is composed of a lot of players who used to play for San Beda University in the NCAA. As it is time to take to the pitch for our pre-match ceremonies.
And now, the moment that we have all been waiting for. Let us welcome the teams of Dynamic Earth Cebu FC and Mendiola FC 1991.
Good afternoon. Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Maayong hapon. Again, it is the Philippines Football League brought to you by Qatar Airways. Alongside Jamer De La Cruz, this is Claro Manzano bringing you the commentary for this match. We have Cebu FC squaring off with Mendiola FC 1991, and you are catching this on the Facebook and YouTube pages of the PFL. And pictured right now are our match officials. Si Chris Mark Nanyola ay ang ating referee, Hussein Magusara at Segundo Saluria III ay ang assistant referees all linesmen, Clifford Daipuyat ang fourth official, Roberto Hernandez yung referee assessor, Mark Abel De Castro ay ang ating match commissioner. And we continue to see here Cebu, their solidarity with Hatay. As we know, of course, they have Turkish owners in the form of Mr. Tassi and his family. There's a lot of influence also when we talk about it in the coaching aspect, as we have Coach Mehmet Kakil himself. They do have a Turkish foreign player themselves too, and Mert Altinos, and we have our photos taken at the moment. We have Barish Tassi and Franco de la Torre as their respective skippers for Cebu and Mendiola. At wala si Ashley Flores for Mendiola because he's coaching our younger Filipinas right in Japan as we are wrapping up the coin toss. It looks like temperatures are soaring, Jimmer, pero may konting hangin pumapasok ngayon, but still tough conditions.
Naririnig naman siguro na sa broadcast yung lakas ng hangin ngayon dito sa Carmona. Although sobrang tindi ng araw, but just one thing that I really miss the most when covering the Philippines Football League and all the games out here in the PFF National Training Center. This place just have that kind of magic. And of course, knowing all of the games that are being played out here in the PFF National Training Center, alam natin na magiging exciting lahat yun, regardless of the factor of the weather na meron tayo ngayon.
And we can say napakainit din kanina nung warm-ups, but happy to say the conditions have improved by quite a bit. So let's see what's all to play for. One thing that I have noticed despite the weather is some teams still carry on that energetic pace to start off the game, pero yung malaking question mark siguro is how will they be able to sustain that, or will they sustain that for the duration? Kasi 90 minutes ang ating laro, let us not forget, hindi lang 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
It will be very challenging at sobrang laki ng magiging factor ng fatigue ngayon, lalo na sobrang init ng panahon.
So here we go. Ivan Owano is set to kick off this match, and here we are, Cebu in their all white. They are playing from right to left. Mendiola FC 1991. Sila po ay naka all black. Gadia sent this ball quickly. They have that attacking intent. And the quick cross. But it looks like that was picked up by Asong, one of the prodigal sons who have returned dito sa Mendiola, other than Mike Asong. Bumalik din si Hamed Hajimadi, although he is out due to a knee injury, and we wish him a speedy recovery. Trying to secure this in Hama. Wanted to chase. So it looks like this will stay with Cebu.
Going back dun sa play kanina, right off the bat, Daniel Gadia finding the wings of Cebu out here, showing the intent to go for an all-out attack against Mendiola.
And here we go again. It will return to Asong. And when we look at the previous results between these two teams, they have all favored Cebu. So, pwede natin sabihin, may psychological advantage sila. Mendiola though will look to, of course, bring an upset. And they have a lot of confidence moving forward. Minention nga natin, nandito ulit si Michael Asong. Siya din yung number 1 keeper nila bago siya lumipat sa Stallion Laguna.
Well, knowing naman ng Mendiola, you're only as good as your last game. Matindi yung nagiging laban nila against Cebu sa mga top teams dito sa PFL. But we know na kahit na they might be on the losing side, but they still show their grit. They still show confidence at hindi naman nagiging factor sa kanila yung mga sunod-sunod nilang defeat recently.
So Hama tried to cut inside, but it was with Barish. He wasn't on the same page as Ivan Owano. So, siguro konting chemistry pa ang kailangan nila doon. Ivan Owano was with UCFC earlier, but during the transfer window, lumipat siya dito sa Cebu. I believe Cebuano din siya. So, perfect match dito.
Match made in heaven yan for Owano, coming back to the province or the city that you grew up in, at ngayon nire-represent niya na yung Cebu. It's just a thing to see dito sa ating Philippines Football League.
So, let's see how that will go when they get to play their home matches over at their lovely stadium. Iba talaga yung atmosphere doon, pwede natin sabihin. Just 3 minutes into the game. We are already having a dispute over possession. Both sides saying, amin, amin. Ganun naman madalas. Asong skies this one. Just managed to get the job done, but the flag of the linesman is up. And there you have it. It is acknowledged by our referee, Chris Mark Nanyola. At ayun, Jamer, that wouldn't have counted. Offside number 1 of the game.
Yep, yung offside rule na yan, no, recently, nagkaroon tayo ng changes in terms of the offside rule. Dati kapag taas ng flag or whenever there's a play, pag nakita nilang offside, tinataas na agad nila yung flag nila. But in recent years, in recent games, nakikita natin na they let the play go on, and once the player touches the ball, that's the time that they raise the offside flag.
So maganda yan para sa flow ng game, no? Hindi puro stop-start yung flow. So here we go again. Mendiola, we're getting choked in the midfield. That was Kenneth Payosalan, one of their mainstays, who was trying to work his way up. Another ball forward, but that high line of Mendiola seemed to make it difficult for Jason Cordova in connecting.
That was a great intention though from Jason Cordova, looking from the back, trying to find Mert Altinos down the right side. Napag-usapan natin before we started our broadcast. Right now, Cebu looks to be playing a 4-4-2 formation, but Mert Altinos is a man you expect to play a false 9 in a 3 role. Pag sinabi nating false 9 on a 3 role, usually you see a false 9 in the middle as an attacking midfielder or a striker, but as a 3, he's playing as a right winger right now for Cebu FC, and that's something that they would like to take advantage, especially knowing na Mert Altinos has this lethal crosses in himself.
So this dispute went into the way of Cebu. And when you were talking about Mert Altinos, he was part of that three-headed dragon. Sa attack nila, may Altinos, may Arda Chunker, may Chima Ozoka. Chunker is back in Turkey. Si Chima Ozoka may injury pero nasa Cebu FC pa din siya. So si Mert na lang natitira. Let's see how he'll be able to keep that energy going. Siyempre may mga newcomers din sila with the likes of Leaford Allen, to name a few. Papu has been re-energized playing in Cebu. He has given us some energetic or thrilling goals, we could say.
Masasabi natin na Pafu Orsame found the second wind of his career dito sa Cebu, no? After his exploits with Mendiola FC 1991, which is his former club now that they're playing against with. And he once tried to break through the walls of Kaya FC Iloilo, but you know, the competition out there in Kaya FC Iloilo is just really tough. Cebu just gave him the opportunity to play with them, to show them what he got, and now he just found the second wind of his career.
So it's his time to shine. At kita natin, nasa right back position siya sa kanilang depensa. Papo came to be known as a striker back in his collegiate days in the NCAA, and even with the likes of Mendiola and Kaya. But it looks like Coach Mehmet Kakil has found something in him, storming down that role. So it's under dispute. Gadia got to it. He was trying. The likes of Ali were trying to get it from him. Hama on the left. Gets past one. Sends in the cross. The header. Asong there to meet it. Great positioning by the veteran.
Hama with a lovely distribution out there from the left side. As we take a look on the replay, Hama just crossing it in. One was there. The header was powerful enough, but Michael Asong was just on the right place at the right time.
Okay din yung mga reflexes niya dun.
Cat-like na isang kailangan ng isang goalkeeper dito sa ating laro.
100%. Junior. Looks like they're asking for a handball, and that's what they get.
He knows. Yao knows. He admitted. He was smiling actually when he heard the whistle. You know, I know.
They're 7 minutes into the game. At kita natin, temper starting to flare quite a bit already. Dahil sa init siguro, Jamer.
Siguro, no? Mainit na panahon, mainit na ulo. Kasama sa mainit na laro.
So let's see how this one will develop over time. The question mark again is, can they sustain this over 90 minutes as we mentioned due to the heat? But it's into the gloves of Badelik. Trying to play it quickly with Hama. That was no good. It was met by Aningalan, but it's a chance on the right. Now to Ali. Sends in the cross. Headed back to the side. Mendiola trying to carry on. And unfortunately for them, their attacking spell will end.
That was a great attacking sequence from Mendiola, knowing that Ali has the speed down the right side. He has an option with Sam Jr. and Junior Sam in the middle. Kulang lang yung power dun sa cross, but it was a great intention from Ali.
So let's see how these teams will be able to settle down in this game. But for the moment, it has been Badelik who has been the more relaxed of the two keepers. Asong, of course, being the busier one. Barish. Allen, he has experience in the top flight of New Zealand. Talk about the level that you bring in, of course, with getting to play in a country like that.
Kita natin ngayon yung experience ng Cebu trying to exploit the holes of the defense of Mendiola, and it's gonna be interesting seeing that Mendiola is lined up with the back three right now.
Papu got clipped though, it appears. Sorry to cut you there, Jamer, by Serge Kaole, but you were saying?
Yeah, back three ngayon, pero tignan muna natin yung replay. That was a solid tackle from Kaole. Just a little bit late, but the intention was there to get the ball. All is well between the two of them, though.
So nagsorry kaagad. So Serge Kaole, also one of those foreign players, again, who have been in the Philippines for quite some time. So just like Junior Sam, kilala na talaga sila rito. And a whistle here. This time around, in favor of Cebu again.
Gadia was on the turn. Sorry to interrupt you, Clark. Gadia was on the turn on that attacking sequence, pero he was clipped by team captain or Payosalan on that play.
So Payosalan, one of their center mids of Mendiola in that 3-4-3 formation of their sabingan nila. So it will be Marius Kore who will be driving this in. Tried to get the service into the goalkeeper box of Asong, but Asong met that well. Seemed like he was clipped for a moment, trying to initiate the counter quickly.
Doon sa free kick na yun, no, nakita natin yung height difference between Cebu and Mendiola, but Asong makes up for it with this, huge leap. Grabe talaga yung height ng talon ni Asong dito sa career niya.
Ako rin, nagulat nga ako dun eh. Junior gets it, trying to work his way through, but looks like he has company. The likes of Ali. We're trying to get into the mix. And that is a foul in their favor. Mendiola getting what they're looking for.
Tingnan natin dito, klaro, no, medyo nagkainitan si Gadia and si Ali dito. Gadia waited actually for Ali to get the ball. The intention to, to foul him. I don't know if it's actually an intention to foul, but, sabi mo nga, mainit ang panahon. Tempers are flaring as early as the 11th or the 12th minute of the game.
Pagkagulang nandun, no, para sa mga mind games nila. And Gadia already picked up a red card, we could say, in this second half of the season. In 3 games that have been played for Cebu, their team as a whole have been issued 2 red cards. So medyo madami yun sa totoo. One of those cards belonging to Gadia, if I recall correctly. We'll need to clarify, kanina yung pangalawang red card.
Ganun ka-physical ang mga laro dito sa PFL.
We also see the passion of Gadia with the way he plays, even when he was with Coach Anto in UP. But Gadia now, quite more of a defensive midfielder for them. Back in his collegiate days, attacking mid siya. And it's sent in. And they got a head to it in Cebu. That was by Hama. And it will stay with them. Stay with Mendiola. I believe you like this if you are Mendiola, Jamer. You're continuously holding the possession. Yes, may mga dead ball, free kick, throw in. But at the end of the day, nasa attacking third yung bola.
And this is the mentality or the identity of Mendiola. They go for the attack over the first 15 minutes of the game. pinapakita nila na kaya nilang gawin yung ginagawang atake ng kalaban nila, and it just something that Mendiola is used to doing in their entire stay in the PFL.
Barish got that ball from Mendiola as they were looking to splice the opposing defense, but Leaf sent that forward, but it was dealt well with. Just sending that ball overhead. I thought Leaf was going for the bicycle kick kahit nasa gitna ng field.
I think that was Oano who was chasing for the ball, but John Galang was just alert to the possibility, clearing the ball out in the expense of a corner.
So here we go. Altinoz will drive this in. And Bert Altinoz with 7 assists already in this campaign. He is behind Daizohori Koshi, who has a whopping 15. But Junior dispossesses Kore. Now hits the Jets, but was denied. Barish is on the other end. Team's not able to organize because they are coming off a set piece. Junior Sam still trying to bring this forward. But it's picked up by Badelik. Looks like that was handled well in terms of coordinating with the back line.
Junior has been looking for that through pass for Ali for 2 plays now, almost for Cebu. Good thing that Ason was alert, came up real quick to get the ball for them.
Ayun na naman kasi kita no yung extra confidence yung sinasabi natin. Nandun na nga si Kuya Mike sa likod niya playing goalkeeper for Cebu.
And with how Asong is playing right now over the course of his career in the PFL, nakikita natin yung maturity na nakuha niya in his career. Before, he's the no-nonsense kind of goalkeeper, just going for the balls high up in the air or even for those one-on-ones. Pero ngayon, matalino na yung play niya eh. Alam na niya kung kailan siya puposisyon, kailan siya mag-a-advance or kailan siya maghihintay.
So Gadya gets us in the middle, trying to play Altinoz. Pero kita natin may traffic sa box. So another chance for Cebu to get through. Taken. And looks like that was soaring over from Owano. Pero okay pa rin yung control. Kita mo yung technique.
And the curve of the ball. If you look into the replay right now, Claro, Owano, not much of a space, but still manages to kick the ball to find the shot on goal. Di lang on target, pero kita natin yung intention doon ni Owano.
So let's see how they'll be able to fine-tune themselves in this game. And we can say that Ivan Owano was actually decent in that stacked UCFC squad. But here in Cebu, he's been able to take it to another gear, which is great. Owano in the middle of the pandemic opted to turn pro because he was with National University years back. So we could say he's possibly accelerating his learnings as a football player, especially that he's a professional. Ali controls as well. Trying to get past Altinoz, threaded this forward. It was poked away though by Kore. But it's still with Mendiola as they're trying to switch it up. Cordova made it difficult for Kaole. But it looks like Mendiola will be getting this.
That was a great exchange with Kaole there on the left side of the pitch for Mendiola. They found the opening over the left side. Hindi lang nag-work yung pasa as it was intercepted, but still, it is quite amazing to see that Mendiola right now is on the offensive against the very aggressive Cebu FC side.
So, kitang-kita yung kumbiyansa dito as we keep on emphasizing. And what more if you can stay in there the whole game? You can even think about an upset here. So here comes the outswinger. Ham up here to get into the mix there. Altinoz now on the left. Often see him on the right wing though. Now he's trying to get past Ali. Slowly but surely. Not eyeing to make it a sprint race. It's still with Cebu though. Barish. Altinoz the cross. He was aiming for Allen. We have a man who hit the deck. I believe it is Owano. Nakay-Ali ngayon. Mendiola will try to get it out from the back. The back line, though, not on the same page as Junior Sam, but it will stay with them. 18 minutes into this game, I think you like what you were seeing, Jamer, especially yung Mendiola ngayon. I believe Barish got nutmegged for a moment, though.
As you can see, Claro, with the Cebu, Mert Altinoz earlier on the right side, now playing on the left side. Ito na yung sinasabi natin na he has a free reign on wherever he plays. Kasi dito yung mga side na nakukuha niya, yung mga distribution, yung mga assist na meron ngayon si Mert. And let's see how it's gonna pan out for Cebu. On the other hand, with Mendiola, they're holding up really well despite having a back three. Mabilis nag-squeeze yung midfield ng Mendiola to make sure na matulungan nila yung back three nila.
So, of course, in a formation like that, you'll also need your wingbacks to work double time with the likes of Anilangan and Razonable. Asong put his back into the mix. Asong himself, a champion in the high school and collegiate levels. He also picked the best goalkeeper back in the day. Allen. Owano. Well played through. This is looking promising. But marked well by the Mendiola backline. So it will roll back to them.
Almost a great find by Owano there. Hama running down the right side. Looks like they switched. Hama and Mert just switched sides right now, trying to exploit the left side of Mendiola FC. Nakikita natin na kanina dito dumadaan yung mga bola kay Hama, and ngayon mukhang i-utilize nila yung side or yung left side ng field ngayon, knowing that Mert Altinoz is operating on this side.
So of course, switching up your wingers, trying to confuse the defense. Allen trying to get it though from Altinoz. But it's with Asong again. We'll try to spark that counter quickly. Corre took a fall and looks like there's a late whistle. He was dueling with Payosalan. At ito nga yung nangyari, Jamer.
Allen tried to lob it over Payosalan, and it easily falls down, but still a foul on Mendiola out there on that play.
So made the most out of it to warrant the foul. Yao slid that over to Cordova. Papu. Altinoz. Cebu trying to get this back in their style of play. They do love to dictate tempo themselves, of course. Owano didn't get a great touch. Secured it though. Hama and Owano exchanging touches. Barishtashi getting into the mix. Kore, they'll switch it up. He managed to find Papu. And they recover and connect, but it looks like the flag is up, Jamer.
Ball goes out for a throw-in, pero nakita na naman natin Hama and Mert Altinoz switching once again from either side of the wings. Pero nakita natin yung pasa papunta kay Pafo Corsame. That's where he slots in. That's the right position where he slots in. He's a right midfielder for Cebu right now, possibly a defensive midfielder for them. But when Mert Altinoz is deep into the middle for Cebu, that's where Corsame is the option on the right wing.
This ball to no man's land. Liao will try to collect it. And we continue on. Traffic from right to left. Cebu this time dictating tempo. Hama, flag stays down. He gets this ball from Kore into the area. And there you go! The opener! 1-0! Cebu get themselves on the scoreboard.
Third time's a charm for Cebu. That was their third shot on goal, and finally on target for Hama. Great passage of play for Cebu out there and making sure that Hama just kept the ball down, controlled it really well. Asong gave him a lot of time to control that ball, and it resulted to an early goal, or a goal in the 22nd minute for them.
So there we go again. The long ball over the top proving to be successful.
And Hama, all he had to do was to control the ball and find the back of the net. Again, looking on that pass from Allen. Allen sees him on that left side, roaming with acres of space, and Hama just controlled it, gets it past Asong for their first goal.
I believe it was Kore who played that ball over the top to find their winger. So we see Hama started the game on the left, pero kita natin may spell kanina. Si Mert Altinoza ng left wing, at pagbalik ni Hama, naka-goal siya. So they managed to change it up and get the Mendiola defense thinking. Kaole. And look at how he is just trying to inject some energy with his sprints. And he's got great agility.
Tried for the quick counter attack there, kaso walang option si Kaole. Covered really well by the defenders of Cebu.
Walang support din dun. Altino is looking for his options. Unfortunately, they were not on the same page as Papu, but they recovered well. They will reset with Badelik. And what a pickup also for Cebu, getting June Badelik, experienced player in the international level for the national team and club. Badelik did play also in the AFC Cup years back. So maganda yun. May international experience and he's bringing that into a new club like Cebu. So that ball of Tassi was no good. Mendiola did well to hustle and delay the attack. They'll resume. There you go again. They're trying to get into the heads of their counterparts. So close to 25 minutes into this match, and this is the Philippines Football League brought to you by Qatar Airways alongside Jamer De La Cruz. This is Clara Manzano on call for this match. And the ball into the box again. This one cleared. Junior Sam tried to get it, but there was Kore in his way. And the latter prevailed in that duel. So mukhang throw in ito para sa Cebu, but we will have a cooling break, it seems, for the moment. And don't you forget that you are catching the action on the Facebook and YouTube pages of the Philippines Football League. Do not forget to give us a follow on social media at WeArePFL. Sa Instagram, Twitter, at TikTok po kami. Jamer, your assessment, we're about 25% into this game. Cebu with the 1-0 advantage, but Mendiola, they were knocking on the door quite a bit in this one. But it's all to play for. This game is very young. Cooling break nga dahil sa temperatures. Pero parang nagiging mini halftime break din ito. Because the likes of Coach D-Boy, we can say, for Mendiola, may mga pwede na nila gawin yung mga tactical changes. So it will be interesting to see how they will get out of this. Cooling breaks, of course, introduced to make sure that everyone stays hydrated. Lalo na nasa summer na tayo.
Well, so far in the first 25 minutes of the game, the one who's benefiting the most out here is not Cebu. Yes, you can see that they have actually scored the goal, but Mendiola held up well up until that time that Hama scored that opener. Nakita natin na even after conceding that goal, usually Mendiola goes back to their old ways that they get rattled, they panic a lot, and then they just throw the balls forward, clearing the ball, not getting any intention of finding an open man. But so far, Mendiola has been composed. Despite conceding a goal in the 22nd or the 23rd minute, so far pinapakita nila sa atin na we're not the old Mendiola FC 1991 anymore. We're trying to improve ourselves and we're trying to make sure na kaya naming makipagsabayan sa mga top teams dito sa PFL. And on the other hand, Cebu, it is expected of them to get a goal out here in this game, knowing that they are one of the title favorites in the season.
And when you talk about pressure, it is on them in trying to chase Kaya FC Iloilo. Cebu are 8 points behind Kaya FC, the league leaders. And after this game, they will still have one match at hand. Kore, Allen, and Owano managed to hold up play as they will try to get their numbers forward altogether. And Papu just so confident now in this role of his. Looks like my commentator's curse though, as he was dispossessed up against the experienced Kaole. Pero yun, kita mo, nandun pa yung galaw, nandun yung kumpiyansa. Altino's now in the middle, surveying his options, connects with Hama.
Hama again on the left side. Hindi lang niya nakuha yung pass doon. But going back on Kaole earlier, nakita natin, no, dito mo masasabi klaro na form is just temporary but class is permanent. Kahit sabihin natin na, the pace is not there anymore for Surge, the pace is not there anymore for Kaole, but still, the experience and the knowledge of the game is still there for him.
That, of course, you cannot take away from anyone at all with the wisdom that they bring in. And Asong will put this back into play. Sabi mo nga, iba na rin yung galaw ni Asong ngayon. Now that he has a great number of years under his belt.
Few years back, medyo confused pa tong si Asong on what kind of goalkeeper he is. Is he a sweeper keeper or the traditional keeper? But now he's slowly finding his rhythm, slowly seeing how he's gonna be playing the game as we have an attack here from Mendiola. Corner for them. Great run from Junior on this side. Nakita na naman natin na in-exploit nila yung right side. Ali was here earlier, but now he pushed a little bit in the middle.
So it was Baristasi who just managed to get in the way of the Mendiola attack as they have a corner kick. And they've been having a number of those already in this half. So that's something that we can also take away if you are Mendiola.
I think Mendiola has 4 now, just one more up of Cebu.
This one taken to the near post and it was headed out to the side by Liao. So my corner kick tayo ulit. 5-3 na ata ang ating bilang for corner kicks.
And in terms of possession, hindi natin nakikita yung total dominance ng Cebu sa possession ngayon. No? Although they're passing the ball around, pero nakikita natin na Mendiola is just matching the pace, matching the possession that Cebu has in this game.
So definitely an improvement from their previous meetings earlier this season. Here comes another delivery. This one overcooked though. Altino's got a touch to it. Still managed to keep it in, but it is gifted back to Mendiola. So play will be resumed. That we also have a sub lining up to enter for us in this match. Redrick Fornis is at the half line, but play will resume for the moment. Papu got this into the middle. Allen surveying his options left and right. Plays it through. Was eyeing Altinoz.
The pass was going to the right side, but kulang yung curl, kulang yung grass cutting capability nung pasa na yun from Allen. Pero nakita natin yung intention. Again, Mert Altinoz trying to exploit the right side of Mendiola out here.
So I believe when Mendiola were trying to clear it, it may have come off Mert's boot. So last touch ba rin siya. But we have our change right before this match. We'll get back underway. Redrick Fornis, the man from Bulacan, will step on for Amir Aningalan. So 31 minutes in already. Cebu, or Mendiola rather, will take the first roll of the dice in terms of subs. Medyo maaga yung sub na yun, Jamer.
Well, knowing Redrick Fornes, one of the experienced player na Mendiola, he's gonna infuse a little bit more experience in this side. Pero may shot! Oh!
Asong managed to get 2 saves. It looks like that was Uwano who made it difficult for him in the bottom corner. Kaole took a fall up against Kore. It is cleared though. It's cleared, of course, while the disputes on the pitch go on, and Fornis will put this out of play as Kaole continues to be down. It looks like he's holding on to his right boot. Maganda rin yung sportsmanship dito. You see Badelic, of course, siya yung kalaban niya, but he's checking on Serge Kaole, even helping him up.
Let's see this one. Owano trying to get that first strike and then another with the header, but Asong was just again positioned himself well, cutting the angles for Owano. And that's one thing that improved a lot on Asong. He knows now how to cut the angles of the strikers, making sure that it's going to be difficult for them to get a shot on goal or at least find the back of the net.
So fair play from Cebu as they return the ball to Mendiola. So fair play, of course, yung mga unwritten rules here where they put the ball out when a player is down. And in turn, possession is yielded back as play will pretty much resume status quo from where we stopped. That's what you gotta love about the beautiful game. Cordova up against Sam. Sam holding on though to his torso. Continues to be down, but this ball was sent forward. I think they will stop play this time around. So this is tough to take, of course. You have two of your men at the tip of your spear taking knacks. You do not want to use another sub because you have those opportunities to use them. May 3 opportunities lang kayo.
Let's see what happened here with Junior. It was against Gadia. I think there was a little bit of contact, but it's kind of a serious contact as it may seem right now. Junior or Sam right now on the deck. He's back up to his feet. Hopefully hindi nakakailangan ni Coach Niboy Pedemonte na mag-sub dito.
For now, he seems okay. He'll just try to walk it off. And Mendiola and the likes of Ali and Sam voicing their displeasure to our referee. But let's not forget, of course, the referees are the unsung heroes of the game. Working, you could say, behind the scenes. Teams come, of course, to entertain the fans and to win their titles, but the referees, of course, are always there, those constants.
Kung yung mga players mayroon silang mga split-second decision na ginagawa, mas mahirap yung split-second decisions na ginagawa ng referees kasi it impacts a lot on the game.
No better way to say it as play is back underway. Gadia contra Ali. Hama. Liao. Cordova there. The ageless veteran. Badelik. On the receiving end of a probing run. Papu. Gets this back. Ali contra Gadia. He does well, but there's support from Hama. Kore. Looks like Ali held on to that ball too long, and Owano tries to chase this one down. He holds up play. Exchanging with Hama. Now out forward, that was no good though. Allen tried to get that Altenos. Took a fall in the box, but not enough to convince referee Chris Martaniola to bring out his whistle.
Let's take a look at that again, Claro. Pafu just headed down for Altinos, takes a control. It's 50-50 call out there, but referee Nanyola just, giving the goal kick for Mendiola FC on that play.
So here we go. Asong put that goal kick into the middle of the park. Altenos again will cross this one. Asong did well to read that.
Soaring high again is Asong on that play. He knows there's a player behind him and makes sure that he holds on to that cross from Altinos.
Junior Sam trying to chase down Tassi. It's with Gadia. Gadia was at the receiving end of a push, not enough to floor him. Takes a lot of force to floor a guy like Daniel Gadia. So it will stay with Cebu. The likes of Tassi and Gadia putting in the work to keep that fire alive and this spell.
Slowly but surely, Cebu is now getting comfortable with the ball, gaining more of the possession in this game against Mendiola.
Corre from distance, denied by Asong though. Looks like that shot lacked some power, but Asong getting the job done in reading that shot well.
Corre with the turn, taking a shot from distance, gauging Asong, but Asong is never going to be beaten from that spot.
So a shot to test the keeper, and here is a corner. Altenos with the in-swinger. It was headed by Sam, but it is still with Cebu for the moment. There was quite a push though by Owano, it appears. It was Junior Sam who got fouled, I believe.
Yep, Owano, he really wanted to get to that ball. Nasobrahan yung push niya for the ball, and he actually pushed Junior Sam on that play.
Kitang-kita yung siko sa play na yun. Again, you're emphasizing how Asong has really been able to just continuously grow as a player. And what more, si Ivan Owano over the World Cup and holiday break, he transferred to Cebu, and sa ibang level siya ngayon, pwede natin sabihin. Iba na rin yung galaw on and off the with and without the ball.
Well, it helped out the experience that he had with the United City Football Club playing in the AFC Champions League. It gave him a lot of experience and gave him a lot of confidence now. No pressure for him playing with Cebu, although it's his hometown club. Boyhood club niya ang Cebu. So, yun lang yung siguro yung pressure na mararamdaman niya rito. Pero with the kind of play that he has right now, he's on the right part. He's on the right path.
Siguro sakto rin yung pag-fit niya sa sistema dun ni Coach Mehmet Kakil. So we get back to the action. Badish Tassi was trying to get past Frederick Fornes on his own accord. It's still with Cebu though. Allen. Hamado wasn't able to meet that one. It was tough with quite a struggle inside the box. Kaole finding Ali. His first touch wasn't the best, and it allowed Cebu to get their numbers back. And what a shift Hama has put in. May goal na nga, tapos tumutulong sa depensa. Of course, as expected. Pero kita nga natin yung mga challenges niya dun sa mga opposing players.
Nakita natin yung play kanina with Hama on the left side. No, almost a costly mistake for Mendiola, but they made sure that they were able to clear the ball out. Pero itetest na naman sila dito ng Cebu.
And clearly offside. Kita ko dun. Pagpasa nila, libreng-libre. Ay, offside nga pala.
All day. All day he's gonna be called for offside. Acres of space, but just sobrang layo niya din sa last defender.
Ganda pala, yun pala, too good to be true. Of course, that's a challenge in the game, learning how to play with the offside. As you work your way up the youth levels, ini-introduce na yung offside. As Junior Sam was won this duel for them. He was the man that was fouled.
Junior Sam just putting on a shift as well for Mendiola. A forward, getting the ball from the back, from the midfield, making sure na nandun siya lagi as an option for them.
And even earlier in this season, he was one of those bright spots for Mendiola despite that tough start. So of course, you still have him now. Nandun na yung mga reinforcements. And there's a chance right here for them. Kaole getting in. Badelic with the denial at the near post though.
Kaole with the drop of the shoulder, turning on the Jets, evading the defender and taking a shot on goal there against Badelic.
Doon na naman may chance yung Mendiola. At nandun yung extra energy, yung kanilang kumbiyansa.
So take a look on the last play out here. Kaole just turned on the goalkeeper, but Badelic's experience was just there. Years and years of experience, and Badelic covered that ball really, really well.
Altinoz. He's in the middle as expected with that free roll. Gadia. Tried to send it forward. It ricocheted though. Asong off his line though. A gutsy charge out of the area with bodies in his way. At madalas, Jamer, pag ganun, may right of way yung keeper. The defenders, of course, are expected to give way.
And again, Asong is very smart to come off his line and gather the ball there on that play.
And here we go. Ali this time on the left. Mendiola this time around, switching up their wings. Now in the overlap, gets it back. Payo Salan. The through ball. The timing quite off though for Mendiola. But you still like what you were seeing.
And Junior Sam knew that that ball was supposed to be for him. It's just that the timing was off. Pero yun nga, nabanggit mo kanina, switching the plays on the wings right now for Mendiola. This is one of the newer things that we're seeing with the identity of Mendiola. Before, they just go the solo route, send the ball out front, but now they know how to distribute the ball on the wings.
Papu and Owano exchanging touches. But Papu is down. Not sure if it is from cramps though. He's not stretching himself out. So a promising spell. They were getting those combinations, but they have to stop play, unfortunately. Let's try to see what's going on here. But it looks like
a serious one. Physio is being called onto the pitch for Cebu.
Well, glad to hear, of course, it's the physio. Initially, I immediately thought it was the stretcher that was being called for already. And let's try to get an update. We are about a few seconds away from reaching additional time, as we have the board set already by our fourth official, Clifford Daipuyat. And there you go. It is 3 more minutes. But on top of that, let's expect a little more time due to this stoppage. We hope that Papu is fine. We had some stoppages earlier also with the likes of Junior Sam and Serge Kaole down. There's another player also from Mendiola we can confirm, not pictured at the moment. So,
and I think this is the fatigue already kicking in as early as the 45th minute of this game. Sa mga nanonood sa kanilang mga bahay, no, if you look closely in your screens, makikita nyo yung wave ng init ng panahon dito sa Carmona, Cavite. No? Makikita nyo yung init talaga, nakikita dito sa camera. Hindi lang siya biro na maliwanag lang. Look closely na nandun talaga yung waves nung araw, yung init ng panahon dito. And that's one factor to look into in these injuries na nararamdaman ng ating mga players.
of course, dun sa gitna ng wave yung mga players natin, syempre. Altenoz, the outswinger as we resume play. Gadia will try to settle this down. Cordova. And as Cebu picked him up, of course, when they entered the pro level of football, he has been able to revive his career. Joining the likes of Cordova, siguro yung mga ageless wonders natin. Siyempre, Simone Rota rin.
Nandyan talaga yung mga experienced players, and nakikita natin na sobrang ageless ng mga players natin dito sa PFL. No? You expect them to stop playing after playing for quite some time.
Fornes storms down the right. Got to shake off his man. Sent it in. Altinoz tracked down from miles out to support. Talk about the effort. Fornes will try to get another run of his own, but it's no good, sadly. But that's what you like from the speedster, Frederick Fornes.
Just giving credit where it's due. Mert Altinoz just coming out of nowhere to get that ball to make sure that Ali won't be able to take a shot on goal against Badelik. Talk about that type of player that he is right now, playing from the right, left, middle now. He's the type of player who has free reign of where he plays right now for Cebu.
And Kaole gets this, trying to connect with Sam. Sam didn't get a great touch though. But it looks like that was Hama who got into a collision with another man from Mendiola. And we are trying to dissect what went on, and we'll look to get a closer angle. of course, we also have these collisions in the midst of the heat. It can affect your judgment as a player. And now we are resumed. And from the looks of it, that is the halftime whistle. It is 1-0 for Cebu over Mendiola FC 1991. It is the goal of Hama, of course, proving to be the difference as you had the likes of Daniel Gadia manning the midfield for them. Your assessment of the first 45 minutes, Jamer?
Well, a lot of people will say 45 minutes have gone by. Cebu should have been up 2-0, 3-0 against Mendiola, but the defense is holding up really well. But one more important thing to talk about, the attack of Mendiola. They're now getting their chances. They're finally getting the rhythm. They're finally getting the options up front. And a lot more to play for in the second half, and hopefully we get a more thrilling game out here in this match between Cebu and Mendiola.
So we just have a moment, of course, for our players to rehydrate and, of course, talk through things at halftime. So stay tuned, everybody, and we'll catch you in a bit. back to halftime action as we see here 1-0 in favor of Cebu over Mendiola FC in 1991. One goal to show, Jamer, and highlights aplenty.
Well, Michael Asong, the story of the game so far for Mendiola FC 1991. He might have conceded the goal from Hama on the 22nd or the 23rd minute, but it doesn't write the entire story for Mendiola FC 1991 as that shot was sailing over the bar for Cebu. Here we have Allen, but again, Asong was alert for the chance. And then this was the opening goal. Great pass from Corey out there finding Hama, who just controlled the ball really well. During the halftime talk, narinig natin dito with Coach Niboy Pedemonte, wala tayong ibang sisihin kundi ang ating sarili dun sa play na yun dahil we gave Hama that space and he did took that opportunity really well to score the opener for Cebu.
And you gotta love that, of course. No pointing of fingers. Bottom line, we have to do better as a team. When I got to, of course, somebody over here na halftime huddle ng Cebu, tahimik in a good way. Focused sila, calm and composed. So, talk about it, of course. Different, we can say different approaches sa halftime break. Of course, the scoreboard can paint a picture, but kita mo yung style ng mga coaches, no?
Well, the highlights may seem that Cebu have a lot of chances, had a lot of opportunities on goal, but one thing that we want to point out in this game, Mendiola FC 1991 as Kaule with this golden opportunity covered really well by June Badele. And ito nga yung sinasabi natin na finally, Mendiola have this kind of attack in their stride and finally able to get some options on their side as well.
So we have the statistics for the moment. We could kind of say medyo dikit sila with some categories, of course, favoring the other. Kindly dissect this for us, Jaber.
Well, possession-wise, it's almost a level match out here, 55 to 45. The other story so far is the number of shots for Dynamic Curve Cebu and Mendiola FC 1991. Usually in this kind of games, on the previous editions of their matches, we could see Dynamic Curve Cebu already hitting almost double digits in terms of their shots on goal. However, this time around, they just have it at 5 and 3 on target. Meanwhile, with Mendiola FC 1991, 50% accuracy on shots on goals so far. And one of the other thing that we want to point out, Claro, 5 corners for Mendiola compared to 3 of Dynamic Herb Cebu. It just goes to show how their intensity, their approach in their attack. They're forcing Cebu to commit the mistakes. They're forcing Cebu to kick the ball out and get that corner. Sooner rather than later, we might see an opening for Mendiola through those set pieces.
Medyo nagulat nga ako rito so far. 0 cards because of the way we got off to start this one. Of course, the players were very heated. They were making their sentiments known to the referee and things getting quite chippy early on as we have some subs right before the second half. From the looks of it, we've got Saldivar coming on and we will confirm who is stepping up. We are getting this update as we speak as the referees are sorting it out and finalizing things. And let's not forget, of course, our match officials before we resume. Chris Nanyola is the referee, Hussein Magusara and Segundo Saluria. The third are the linesmen. Clifford Daipuyat is the fourth official. The referee assessors Roberto Hernandez and Mark Abel de Castro is the match commissioner. And other than Saldivar checking in, from the looks of it, we've got JB Borlongan, one of those members, of course, leading the attacking front line. And they'll try to inject, let's say, some pace to hopefully get that insurance goal.
Well, the adjustments right now for Cebu as we see Borlongan coming in for Ivan Owano and with Saldivar coming in, replacing Pafu Corsame. It's a mix of damage limitation and at the same time putting in some more pace for this game as we have a great look of the majestic PFF National Training Center. But going back, like what I said, Clara, it's a mix of damage limitation and additional pace for Cebu right now. They know they have the lead, but they want to get more goals. That's why JB Borlongan is there. Saldivar is that kind of guy that you will be putting in as a right mid or close to a right back position for Cebu, who will be helping more on defense for them.
So there's no drop in quality, more of we want to inject more pace and make sure that these players are potentially ready para sa next game nila. Because this is the league format, hindi siya sprint katulad ng Copa, and we are off right now alongside Jamer De La Cruz. This is Claro Manzano on call for this match. It is Philippines Football League action brought to you by Qatar Airways, and you are catching this on the Facebook and YouTube pages of the league. Don't forget to give us a follow at Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at WeArePFL. Saldivar getting his first touches of the game. Coming out of yung halftime break, Jamer, how would you approach this for the two teams?
Well, it will be interesting for Mendiola as they know that Cebu, right now on the attack, will put some more pressure on them as that shot went straight to Asong. But what we are trying to say right now is Coach Niboy Pedemonte already predicted this. Over the first 15 minutes of the second half rather, Cebu will just go on all-out attack. Narinig natin kanina on their halftime talk, sabi ni Coach Niboy Pedemonte, the first 15 minutes will be very crucial for us. They're gonna push us to our limit. We need to match that intensity.
So it's about getting out of those choppy waters as Allen chases this down. Asong gets it though off his line, narrowing down the angles. Close call there, but Mendiola escaped by the skin of their teeth.
Once again, man of the moment for Mendiola FC 1991. Michael Asong just stepping out of his box, covering that angle for Allen and making sure that they don't concede a second goal as early as the second minute of the second half.
Leaf Allen, of course, with some credible experience to his footballing CV as he played again in the top tier of New Zealand. And he's here now, of course, hoping that Cebu could take home the PFL title in their inaugural season. Emphasis on that. Coach Mehmet Kaki was saying they were surprised themselves to find themselves in such a high position when you look at the table. And at the end of the day, they'll take it at hinahabol nila yung performance. As Borlongan will put this back. It will be a service into the goalkeeper box, into the area, and that just went in front of the goal mouth. But we are having some disputes. It looks like it is a corner from the call of Chris Mark Nanyola, but Mendiola contesting that.
It's something that we have to check. I think Cordova was actually saying that he might have hit the ball. He was apologizing to Borlongan for that delivery earlier. That's why Mendiola was contesting it.
The awkward ball as Borlongan didn't get a great touch. Altinos the cross. Allen off a teammate though. That was off of Hama. And how often do you say that?
It's the type of plays that you could see the opposing side getting one more player from the other team. Hama just blocking that shot from his own teammate. As we take a look at this free kick, Borlongan with a great delivery inside the box. I think there was a touch between Cordova and Core out there.
Ito yung second opportunity.
Straight to the back of Hama. Right now, Cebu is just shooting blanks as of the moment.
And there we have another dispute. From the body language, just like Mendiola were asking for a card. Jesus Cordova was apologizing to referee Chris Mark Nanyola. And from the way the second half started, parang parehas lang sa first half, no?
Ito na nga yung sinasabi ni Coach Niboy kanina. 15 minutes, Google Pin tayo ng Cebu. Kailangan nating i-match yun. Paano tayo ngayon lalabas sa box natin? Yun yung pinaka inaabangan natin ngayon dito sa first 15 minutes or first sequence natin dito sa second half.
Kita mo dun talaga yung sense of urgency ni Coach, no? And hopefully, of course, he'll try to inspire and inject energy into his team because it's just a 1-0 game. all to play for. The next goal here will be the most important one in this game, we could say. Mendiola trying to press forward.
Really put that well, Claro. Either side of the goal will bring a lot of stake out here. One will give comfort, the other one will give an equalizer or for this match.
So here we go. Once more, Kaole. The slight back heel, trying to be cheeky. We'll look to switch it up. Payosalan.
Great pass from Faisalan.
Now, Fornis into the area. But it was poked away. Cebu yielding a corner, and it will go to Mendiola. Fornis' effort working to get that chance for them.
Almost a great delivery there from Furnes, just finding the leg of one of the Cebu defenders out there. But Mendiola right now staying true to their halftime team talk. We have to stay together, play together, defend together, attack together. That's the message that was sent across by Coach Niboy Pedimonte on that halftime talk.
And right here, they have a set piece in hopes of achieving that. And here comes the service. That was off a Mendiola player, but no good. Looks like that came off of Gion Galang. Galang, when they started off, was listed as one of their center backs.
Almost getting it on target there, just way above the goalkeeper on that play.
Of course, it's a challenge, as we know, to tuck it under the crossbar as Borlongan works down the left. This is what he likes to do. They cross to the edge of the goalkeeper box. Gadia. Allen trying to get in. Ran into a defender though. Hama takes the shot though. Asong with the save at the top corner. That looked good from the moment that left Hama's boot. But talk about the read from Mike Asong.
Again, stepping up to the plate is Mike Asong. It seems like the ball is already going in. Looping ball over Asong, but he manages to pluck that out of the thin air.
Sa angulo natin, mukhang top corner na yan eh. And here we go, it's over to Hama. Saldivar. Ran into Serge Kaole.
Let's see
Hama
that
playing
again.
on the right.
Again, the shot of Hama. Almost. It's as if it's already going back. It's going into the net, but just Asong was just there.
And taken, but that was off by Borlongan. That's his first shot taken in this game. It was mainly crosses from him earlier. So we see that opportunity there. It pretty much falls to Borlongan as Gadia was trying to get possession.
Nararamdaman na natin yung intensity na binibigay ng Cebu dito. No? As early as 7 minutes into the second half, they already had 4 shots on goal, 2 of them on target. Nakikita na natin na gusto na talagang dagdagan ng Cebu yung lamang nila dito.
Ali trying to get into the area, and they get a whistle. So quite promising here with their supporters driving them on. It's nice to see them, of course, making the trip to Carmona, Cavite.
So take a look on that play again. I think that was Fornis who was fouled on that play, and they have a free kick at a decent place inside the box of Cebu.
So the foul was already called before Ali was at the edge. We can clarify that, of course. Hence, this is being taken a few meters away from the edge of the goalkeeper area. Bodies in the box. Let's see how they'll maximize this set piece. And it sails over the crossbar.
Took his chance out there. I think that was Cristal. As we take a look into the free kick once again for Mendiola. Had the power but didn't have the curl on that shot. They will have that chance again for sure.
So of course, who will step up to the plate if you are Cebu? Because you've lost your leading scorers. They lost their leading scorers, of course, because of the FIFA break. They lost Chima Ozoka due to injury. Well, he is still in the team, but he is out until further notice. And there's Arda Chunker, and yes, that is how you pronounce his name, as we were instructed, of course, months back. So it's up to Mert Altinoz and company. Altinoz, their leading assist man and leading scorer, active leading scorer to date. So sino yung magsi-step up dun? Sino ang tutulong sa kanya when you look at it on paper?
Well, right now, nakita natin na Hama already stepped up to the plate with that opening goal for Cebu. The question is right now, with the infusion of JB Borlongan in this game, he's turning on the Jets as soon as he got into the pitch. And he's one of the guys that you will be expecting to get one of the goals out here for Cebu. And right on cue, he is on the ball on the counter-attack for Cebu right now, Claro.
Borlongan. Unfortunately, he was beaten. And Borlongan with 3 goals this season. Let's see if he can add to that tally. Allen gets it, took some bounces, takes it, but no good. It was wide off the near post for Hama seeking goal number 2. It was right in front of Gadia already, but I think he was being too unselfish. But talk about the reception there from Allen.
And I think the referee saw a deflection out there, giving a corner for Cebu.
So another opportunity for them here. Kore will be taking this one. And we are having some chats already in the 6-yard box, mind you. That's pretty much the area of the keeper, and in this case it's Michael Asong. They're just trying to get every single advantage they could.
Kumbaga, yung 6-yard box na yan yung Coliseum inside the Coliseum. And the players are battling for the ball.
Barish the header, Altinoz, but didn't get a great control to it. He knows that he could have handled it much better with what he's done in the training ground.
Corey with a great delivery inside the box, finding Baris, but the shot of Mert Altinoz just hitting the wrong side of the boot went wide for him.
And we can talk about players just trying to find themselves into the second half. But at what point in time do you start to say we question the rhythm or their finishing here? And say that, oh, it might be an off day for them, or coach might have to make changes to training, hopefully. I'm referring to both teams, of course.
Well, in this game, you would actually assess both sides and their performance in the first 15 minutes of the game. After 15 minutes, dyan ka na mag-iisip kung kailangan ko bang palitan yung player ko, may butas bang kailangang tapalan, meron ba tayong player na kailangang ipasok. Kumbaga, yung tawag natin dun is yung magic bunot. Meron ba tayong magic bunot dito sa laro na to? And I think Mendiola is just trying to find that option right now, trying to infuse some fresh legs. One of the other things that he actually provided in that halftime team talk with Coach Niboy Pedimonte.
So we have Kurt C. and Peter Banaynal coming on. And they will be getting about 32 minutes of play in this game. And because of what you were saying, pwede natin sabihin, doon na mag-uumpisa yung chess match ng ating coaches. Coach Niboy, Coach Mehmet.
Dito na ginagalaw nila Coach Niboy and Coach Mehmet yung pieces nila, as there is also substitution on the other side for Cebu. I think Mert Altinoz is stepping out for Moro out here.
So Ibrahim Moro, one of their foreign players. As you say, tough day for Mert Altinoz. Not able to find the back of the net, but he was able to keep that constant pressure in the midfield, doing the intangibles. But knowing him, of course, he wants to continue where he stopped before the the World Cup holiday break, and that was finding your strikers up front. And that was an awkward touch right there from Liao. But Badelic managed to read it.
Almost a costly mistake there, but again, the experience of Badelic is there. Don't worry, I got the back.
For a moment, this was gifted to Mendiola, and it's under and it's under dispute as this was skied pretty much out of the training center by Escosora.
From the 11th-side pitch to the 7th-side pitch right now of the PFF National Training Center. Yun yung clearance na nangyari. But I want to go back on what you were saying about the substitutions earlier. Ito na yung, ang ganda ng pagkakagalaw ng piyesa ni Coach Niboy ngayon, infusing some fresh legs. And then, on the side of Coach Mehmet, removing one of his key figures in Mert Altinos and infusing Moro out there, looking for more size advantage, I believe, as they might just pressure Mendiola in committing mistakes and getting set pieces right now.
Liao. Now it's with Mendiola. Junior Sam was trying to make a run for it, but Cordova got it over to Badelik. Now they'll try to settle down, kill some of the momentum in this game, and swing it in their favor. Saldivar, Gadia. And we can also say, of course, yes, you have a 1-0 lead. It's not safe, but nandun pa rin yung cushion eh. They can afford to swing it around, mapapagod yung defense, and try to come up with chances like this. Borlongan got a touch to it, takes it though, but it was well off already from the get-go, but it was picked up by Asong. Safety first in his perspective.
Just making the goalkeeper work on that chance for JB Borlongan. He knew he already had the angle closed out there. He just wanted to have Asong work on that sequence.
Call it to chase. Beat his defender. Got it over to the box. Looks slightly overcooked though, but they keep it in play. Mendiola trying to work their way through. Trying to cut back, but no good. But even before that happened, we could already hear Coach Niboy telling them, parang sayang yung opportunity na yun. May na-miss na chance.
The sound of dismay from Coach Niboy Pedemonte. Nakita siguro ni Coach doon na could have taken 2 or 3 touches, not take it back, just reset from that side and then cross it, short cross or even a looping one. Could have been an opportunity for them, but they have a corner. That's what's important for Mendiola right now.
Pagkatapos sinabi niya, okay yan. Nandun naman yung corner kick, bumawi. The service, Allen got a touch, Kaole. Ibrahim was there to change it up, but Mendiola contesting, asking for a penalty because my handball daw, but that is not the case according to our referee. Let's look at the replay.
Let's take a look again. Nah, there was no touch out there. Looks like it from afar, but up close, it's a right thing to call for Chris Mark Nagnola.
Siyempre depende rin sa angulo. Borlongan. That ball with too much height, but Hama managed to recover it. Hama tried to take his man one-on-one, but was eventually beaten by Razonable. And Mendiola get it. And they have some supporters trying to egg them on.
Look at Razonable on that replay. Turning on Hama, out maneuvering Hama on that play. He had a smile on his face that he was able to achieve that. Teka, napaikot ko si Hama dun
Eh siguro, lote-lote din ito. You play your formation, you have those matchups. Kalaban mo kung sino yung kaside mo, diba? And if you win those small battles, you could potentially win this game. And so far, it is still with Cebu behind that goal again of Hama in the 23rd minute as Gadia wasn't able to meet that ball. Borlongan drives past. The cross again. Gadia unable to meet it though.
Gadia was a step late on that cross from Borlongan. Had he been ready enough for that, he could have headed it into the back of the net for their second goal. But Mendiola now have a chance of their own. Commentators curse, of course. But they get the ball once again.
Ayosalan. Ibrahim is up to it though. It looks like there is a late whistle. Allen contesting that. Saying that he was stationary, I think, when he was hit.
Let's see
Talk us
the.
through this, Jamer.
Oh, well, he was stationary on that play, but he impeded the path of the Mendiola player. So that's a foul right there on that play. Yes, he will be contesting that, but if you look into it, the player already had the clear path to go past him. It's just that he impeded that path.
It was at that time where they were making the challenge for the ball. Put forward by Payosalan, but it was no good. Tasi to Borlongan. We've been seeing a lot from Borlongan, of course, as he came on as a sub. And that is expected. Ibrahim Moro gives it back to JB, the former UP Fighting Maroon. Trying to storm through. They cross again. Hama. Moro takes it. Just try though. Off the further post. That was inches off from glory.
See this one again, Claro. Borlongan making something out of nothing on that play. Finding Moro after getting it past to Hama. Inches wide of the left post on that play once again for Cebu. They're getting closer and closer into their second goal, but Mendiola is just holding off really well so far.
So that Mendiola Wall and Mike Asong, of course, have made it a frustrating afternoon for the second best team in the league so far.
Well, ever since they conceded that goal, it seems like the walls of Mendiola just came up and made sure that they prevent a second goal to come in.
But with the way they've been playing, pwede natin sabihin, sayang may wake-up call pa kasi, and it's a chance here, Junior. Badelic though gets it. Close call for them.
But Delic didn't seem to lose any touch at all after quite some time off the field. Now back with Cebu. And he's showing that he still got it. I still got it, says Badelic.
Because, mind you, while Badelic was in United City FC, a stacked squad, he was playing behind Anthony Pintos.
At least now he's getting the playing time that he needs right now. He's the kind of goalkeeper that you were expecting to peak at his prime. It's just that there were a lot of great or a lot of good goalkeepers ahead of him when he was playing with United City FC and his former club as well with Ceres Negros FC. Was backed up for Tony Doblas with Roland Mueller as well.
A chance here though, but Badelic again. But the flag is up. That wouldn't have counted. And that just added, of course, to what you were saying, Jamer. No
Exactly.
count yan, offside, but you have to be ready as a keeper. And he got his job done here, offside.
Despite the offside call, Badelic still got the ball. Of course, what would you expect from the understudy of Ronald Mueller and Tony Doblas, right? But just looking on the side of Mendiola right now with Coach Niboy Pedimonte, the nod of approval on that shot. They can sense something out here, Claro.
Again, kahit offside yun, that can give you confidence and you're doing something right to get those chances. So fine-tuning na lang siguro sa attacking third. No, and mind you, we're talking about the goalkeeper scene, of course, of Cebu, and they are quite stacked when they have Ace Villanueva and Jack Zambrano on the bench.
Yeah, 3 keepers who are ready to play as a first-choice goalkeeper for Cebu. So the competition is really tough on that side of the squad.
I believe this is Payosalan trying to get through, but he was unsuccessful in that foray into the goalkeeper box. And spot on there, of course, because it was pretty much Ace Villanueva who worked that first half of the season for them, and then when they had their homestand, it was Jack Zambrano, also a Cebuano, mind you. And then this time around, they've got June Badelic.
And I think over the recent years, that has been one of the keys for the Philippines. Not only for club football, but in terms of national team as well. We've been grooming and finding great goalkeepers from left to right.
As Hama gets this one on the right wing. He tried to take it in. The late challenge. It's still with Mendiola. They want to get out of the danger area. It's back with Hama. Connecting with Ibrahim Moro. He's the man who hits the deck this time around. No call by the referee. Junior Sam didn't get to meet that though, but this one's up for the chase. Badelic off his line though.
Those type of passes from Mendiola, those type of passes, this is where you miss the likes of Hamid Hajimadi on your squad, Jim Ashley Flores, those type of players who would run for the ball, who would chase for the ball, even if it goes past beyond them. And nakikita naman natin yung consistency right now with Mendiola just trying to get the ball and get the chances for their side.
And to add to the list you mentioned, there's also Heron Alpicia, of course, as Cebu have a set piece in a delightful area, we could say. But before the free kick, we've got Ferrer checking in. Nicolas Ferrer Jr., of course, stepping on. And it is Clifford Allen who will step off. But while we do that, Allen is stepping up to the plate in hopes of taking this free kick. So it's of course a matter of clarifying, will they sub him off right before the set piece or after? And from the looks of it, it will be right now. And sorry, I beg your pardon, Allen was positioning himself at the receiving end of that set piece.
There we go, the introduction of Ferrer. They decide to use that substitution now. Could have used it after the free kick, as you still have the size of Allen out there.
Yes, with Allen again stepping, of course, in the receiving end, not to the plate. So here we go. Looks like we have two Cebu players pretty much part of the wall. They play it short though. Kore tried to play the diagonal ball. Saldivar trying to use his trickery, taking it one-on-one. Moro. Hama may have gotten a piece of that, but not enough to alter the trajectory of the ball. So lalabas daw ito. But it looks like there was that collision while Hama was trying to head that in.
And I think while Hama's gonna get some medical attention there, our fourth official, Clifford Daipuet, just calling Ninyola for a cooling break. But just going back to what we were discussing earlier, Claro, about the quality of the goalkeepers in recent years in the Philippine club football setting. You have June Badelic, you have Michael Asong. If you go further back, you have the likes of Ref Quaresma, who's also the goalkeeping coach right now of Cebu. You have the likes of Louis Michael
And
Casas.
sorry to cut you off real quick, Jamer, and looks like Hama is having quite a major nosebleed. We could see from afar that he was holding on to his nose.
There might have been a collision inside the box. We're just not sure with which player.
But as we get a closer look, we get to see the gravity of this. And just from my reckoning, of course, I think they will be subbing him off just to play safe. And that's an injury to the head. And we always have to be safe with all of these safety precautions
They
that
should.
we have.
They should sub him off. It's one of the things that we're talking about. We have the concussion protocol in recent years implemented in the Philippines Football League. This is one of the things that you don't want to see. You want to make sure that the players are safe. So most likely we will see Hama being subbed off out here, but we hope that it's nothing that serious that will keep him off the pitch for quite some time.
And from the looks of it, they were keeping him on because he is their goal scorer, and who knows if he could try to ride that confidence again from picking up the opener. But at the end of the day, we will have to wait and see as play is close to resuming. And you were saying, of course, about the goalkeeping position here in the local league.
Daming ating goalkeepers dito. And speaking of goalkeepers, last night we were able to see the comeback of our team captain for the national team, Neil Etheridge, on goal once again. They played against Kuwait, lost 2-0 on that game, but it was a decent game for the Philippine Ascals on their first international game after, I believe, after the AFF Mitsubishi Electric Cup. So it's something that we feel like they're on the rebuilding stage right now, and we hope that they are on the right path on that journey.
And here we go. There was a call going in favor of Mendiola, and it will be Stephen Patalinghog who will come on for Rintaro Hama. And as expected, but we wish him a speedy recovery, of course.
Here's a replay of the foul that was called by Nanyola earlier. But we've seen Patalinhog injected into this game, one of the key figures for Cebu in their Copa Paulino Alcantara campaign, one of the magic bunot for Coach Mehmet Kakil in their inaugural season in the Copa Paulino Alcantara. Let's see how he's going to make some impact in this game.
Headed for a moment, but not clear if you are Cebu, but you like this if you are Mendiola. But that Payusalan shot was blocked. So Mendiola enjoying some time with the ball. So now the question is, what will they need to do to get the Cebu defense to break?
Well, we were past 30-minute mark now for the game. Earlier, Coach Niboy Pedemonte was pointing out after 25 minutes they might play Kaole in the middle, but by the looks of it, he's going to be joining Junior Sam in the middle. So they're going to be adding a lot more attack onto the final 15 minutes plus some additional time as well, hoping to get an equalizer and surprise our second placers in the Philippines Football League.
So we will have our corner kick right here. Payo Salan setting this up, and he has been instrumental for Mendiola as that center mid today. Taken long. Now teams up to the chase. Saldivar hits the afterburners. Borlongan on the right out wide. Cutting inside. Some promising play here. Moro takes it and it's off the crossbar. Close opportunity again. Earlier he was that man also who put it for them, but it was wide off the further post, but close call.
Look at that strike from Moro, but give credit where it's due. Saldivar starting that play for Cebu. You could see that he was looking left and right, looking for the open man, finds Borlongan in that earlier play. It's just that Moro hit the crossbar on that shot.
And while you were talking about the likes of Neil Etheridge returning to the national team, a big one is Rob Gear, who is going to coach the U22 national team in the upcoming Southeast Asian Games. Talk about full circle. Yes, he brings so much heart to the team. Back during his days with the Yaskals, as Borlongan gets this chance in his usual left position, he'd have those touching speeches. So let's see how can he share that puso of his in terms of attitude, as there's this cross in. Borlongan got it touched to it. Asong gets it to safety.
And when you talked about Rob Gear, I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps when you mentioned the name of Rob Gear being the coach of the under-22s for the upcoming SEA Games. He's going to be working closely with Coach Niboy Pedemonte in the youth setting, finding a lot of players as well, looking for that player, that talismanic player that they're going to be using for the SEA Games.
So this was cheaply given away by Cebu, an unforced error. Coach Mehmet not happy with that. Virtually a gift to Mendiola. And we'll take a roll of the dice here. Borlongan getting down to help out. He got clipped. Referee tried to play advantage for a moment. And quite a scuffle. And that is our first yellow of the game. It may be to a man from Mendiola for delaying the play.
So the foul was there. And then the yellow card came after. So yeah, I might agree with you on that one, that it was for the delay of the play. Since we're already talking about Philippine football in general, this is just a great way to cap things off for the week. This week, as we had a lot of great news, and one of the best news that we've heard, the Filipinas climbing up the rankings, now ranked 49 in the world.
And that's great to see, of course. A feel good for the fans, and that confidence building for the World Cup continues as Gadia trying to get his opponents to dance, but it magically landed into the gloves of Asong. And he has that magnetic touch, we could say, for this afternoon. Or, mind you, with what we've been saying about him earlier, his continuous growth. As we have changes underway, we have Agbayani and Abalos checking in. So from the looks of it, those are the final changes already for Mendiola, and Payosalan will call it a day. Yeah, he was alongside Franco de la Torre at center mid here. And we were mentioning Payosalan a lot, but of course that man with him in center mid is Franco de la Torre. He'll have to close this out strong with them. Patalingog was asking for a call, and that's what he got, to the dismay, of course, of the likes of Coach Niboy Pedemonte. And they will try to sort this one out, but at the end of the day, nandun na yung call ng referee, ng ating referee Chris Mark Nanyola.
Well, I would understand why Coach Niboy Pedemonte was a bit upset on that call. Medyo may delay dun sa call na yon, but at the end of the day, the referee's decision is final. The ball is rolling, so kind of like an advantage for Cebu. But now, foul has been given and a chance for Cebu to double up the lead out here.
JB Borlongan, the man from Cagayan de Oro City, will make the service. So along with Mert Altinoz again, but unfortunately he was checked out of the game. Borlongan will need to help them out in the attacking end, and of course in terms of playmaking and assisting. Here comes the service. An awkward touch, bodies flying everywhere. And it's a call in favor of Mendiola. And these guys are not afraid to get their bodies in the line, but Asong is absolutely enraged. I think he was trying to back up one of his teammates who were on the receiving end from maybe a second motion from Mario Score. We'll try to double check that. But tempers flaring, 8 minutes remaining in regulation. This game is still far from done.
Well, referee Chris Mark Nanyola needs to separate Core from Asong real quick. Do some damage limitation now, because we know, Mendiola knows in themselves that they have the fight in this game. It's just a slender lead of 1-0 for Cebu. But let's take a look again what happened.
It's Asong contra Patalingog. They got booked already, officially. So there was that scuffle.
And sometimes you cannot prevent these kind of things to happen in the football match, especially with a side like Mendiola trying to climb up the ranks, knowing that, uy, may chance kami, kaya naming lumaban sa inyo. And they're proving themselves right now in this game. Just 1-0 with 7 minutes remaining, and even a chance for them to get an equalizer.
So Asong resumes play. This will ping pong around. And when we were talking about Rob Gear again with the U22 national team, as there's a chance with Junior Sam trying to get in. Cebu get beaten for a moment, and it's repelled. And they put it back into the mix. The shot taken, but it looks like that was off from the get-go already.
What a nice cutback from Abalos on the left side of the field, looking for the open man in the middle. It's just that yung cutback medyo sumobra ng konti, kaya medyo mahina na yung cross natin papasok. But still, better chance compared to the previous editions of this Mendiola FC 1991 side.
And that's what developed right there. But Delix saw it was already off by just a bit. We're talking about it. Rob Gear will be working, of course, with players who have been seasoned already here in the Philippines Football League, as the core of the U22 national team come from the ASCO's development team, which is also coached by his former teammate and former captain of the Philippines in Stefan Schrack. So it's the changing of the guards of sorts, we can say. Parang kahapon lang captaincy rub gear sa mga AFF Cups back in about 2012.
Ngayon siya na yung magli-lead as a coach for the national team.
Of course, so do stay tuned for action right here in the PFL, as that will of course give you a lead up to the Southeast Asian Games and the young talent we will see there, as we have Ibrahim Moro, who is down. He is holding on to his ankle. Tried to shake it off, but appeared to get up quickly. And he may be a tough cookie from what we are seeing. There you go, it's with Asong. Maybe they'll try to build up from the back or play long. At a fair play, mind you. For a moment, I thought Cebu was already trying to get it forward. Taken with a sense of urgency down the line at a linghug with some space. The diagonal ball manages to find Borlongan on the further end, but Borlongan found himself in a tight angle. He was dispossessed at my corner kick. Ulit ang Cebu.
It's quarter number 6 of the game for Cebu compared to 8 corners for Mendiola. The more aggressive side. Doesn't seem like it on the pitch right now because we've seen a lot more possession for Cebu. But whenever Mendiola has the ball, they take those chances.
Asong got a loose grip though, but there's a call already as the keeper is down. And it is safe to assume that he was fouled in that process. Maybe that's why there was the loose touch.
And there we go again, the scuffle inside the box as Borlongan took this corner. There was a collision with one of the players from Cebu out there between with Asong. The play, or they will have to play this one now. They have about 3 minutes remaining to get an equalizer and surprise the second place team in the PFL.
But if you're Cebu again, you have that game of catch-up to the league leaders in Kaya Iloilo. Because the winner will get a spot in the AFC Champions League, while the runners-up for the moment will have an opportunity to play in the AFC Cup. We'll try to give you more details, of course, as that will transpire. But it's great. Teams getting an opportunity to feature in the regional level. Another Cebu player is down, and I think the weather's been great already. We have some shade coming in. There's been that consistent breeze, but I think it's taking its toll. Nung nagwa-warm up na yung mga players and when they came on, gitna ng hapon, sun was absolutely blazing right here.
Pero ngayon, around 5:20 in the afternoon, finally, getting the feel of the traditional Carmona breeze dito sa PFF National Training Center. As Mendiola have a chance right here with Junior.
He was swarmed right there. Corre tried to play Borlongan. Borlongan kept it for the moment. I thought Fornes had his number. And what a matchup, no? Borlongan contra Fornes. The speedsters.
The speedsters indeed.
Bulacan contra Cagayan de Oro, but unfortunately a man from Mendiola got decked and is fine. These guys really seem to be hard-nosed. They're not afraid to put their bodies on the line. And there was a foul there on Ibrahim Moro. Moro again is the man who came on as a sub for Mert Altinoz.
Hasn't made quite an impact other than the shot that hit the crossbar for Moro, but still has a minute and change remaining.
Junior Sam tried to get it, but Cebu have been disciplined in terms of that midfield and defense, staying compact. Razonable down the line, but this will have to be retaken, or there is a foul right here.
I think coach or referee Chris Mark Nanyola just talking to player number 8, Abalos, and I think that was Borlongan.
Borlongan. Sorry, check that. Borlongan.
I'm sorry, that was Ferrer actually. Just talking to the two players, a little bit of physicality between the two of them. And why not? We're just less than a minute remaining in this game.
Again, still anyone's game. The next goal will be the most important one. Will Mendiola draw level or will Cebu get that cushion? Borlongan contra Fornis. And the latter sky this. And we have 4 minutes of additional time. According to our fourth official, Clifford Daipuyat. At nagsusorry si Fornis doon, I think, or they felt they could have sent it forward to find the likes of Junior Sam and Serge Caole.
If you're Coach Niboy Pedemonte, you actually would love to have this 4 minutes. This is massive minutes for you.
Of course, every second or every minute counts in this one. And there's a whistle against Mendiola, a big blow to their chances of finding the equalizer. As we have a Cebu player down being stretched, I believe it is Barish Tassi when he got hit.
Baristas doing well in riding the initial tackle for Nis, but the follow-up just decked him, but it was a foul.
And while you're at it, of course, you're Cebu. Why not try to burn some time off the clock? But it's the complete opposite if you're Mendiola. You often have that team trying to chase the game and getting minutes on their side.
And I think it is not part of the identity of Cebu, as you could actually hear Coach Mehmet Kakal just being livid on the touchline. They know they have 4 minutes remaining in this game. They have the chance to double the lead, increase the goal tally for them, because again, other than the deficit in points against Kaya FC Iloilo, one more thing that will factor in is actually the goal difference. So, kung one goal lang may score nila dito against Mendiola, it will be a blow to their campaign if it goes down to the goal difference.
Because, mind you, again, Coach Mehmet did say they want to win by more because they need to chase the goal difference of Kaya Iloilo, who are at a plus 38, Cebu right now at a plus 21. So that's quite a mountain to climb. At the end of the day, mahalaga daw yung 3 points, which they are close to getting here. They just need to close this game out well. But again, should they be tied on points, it will go down to goal difference. But should Cebu just continue to ride this wave of win after win, they can get a chance to overtake Kaya. But in that process, they'll hope that the league leaders will drop points. But Borlongan has given us such a promising run to find Saldivar. The cross in. It looks like that was always going to be a tough angle to receive that cross. But talk about the effort from Borlongan.
While the ball is rolling out, bago tayo maubusan din ng oras, let's take this moment to appreciate our fans who's watching the live stream. We have Gia Razel, Jai Abao, Jenny Wong. Arda Chugger is actually watching the game earlier. LPG Lord Paulo Gaudice watching the game. Kay Altamia.
Shout out Arda.
Arda, shout out to you. And Jewel. Yes, welcome back actually.
Of course, magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Thank you very much for tuning in, and for the Cebu supporters, of course, maayong hapon po. Mendiola didn't get to meet that. Fornis was trying to keep it in. Time not on their side though. We're about 15 seconds away already from the 4th minute. But with the stoppages we had, maybe some time could be added on further.
Would be expecting a minute more. We've already seen a lot of additional minutes back in the World Cup. Hopefully it's going to be implemented here as well. But I might be expecting a minute more in this game. No more than that.
So pretty much This could virtually be the last roll of the dice, and what more, they will need to pull a rabbit out of the hat. And it all starts here. But sadly, if you're Mendiola, Cebu have been ruthless in trying to secure that goal kick, and Saldivar storms through. If you thought he got beaten for a moment, and to at least get forward, they'd like to run some time off the clock. Gadia. That sense of urgency, trying to drive on Mendiola FC. But unfortunately for them, that's it. But for Cebu, a hard-earned, grinded-out win. 1-0. The goal of Rintaro Hama proved to be the difference maker in the 23rd minute. And we cannot say there was no stopping there, because Mendiola were continuously in the fight. And it is time, of course, Jamer, to acknowledge the man of the match. What a performance from Marius Core.
Well, he's the man in the middle for Cebu. He's been in the thick of the action for Cebu against Mendiola. But credit where it's due. He's been giving a lot of great balls inside the box, utilizing his speed, utilizing his body as well. That's why he's given the man of the match.
Of course, as that man in the center of the midfield, nasa midfield ka na, center pa. You have to connect the defense and offense, and it all starts with you. But again, this performance, talk us through this. Break it down.
Well, it was a tale of two halves right now for this game between Cebu and Mendiola. We've seen in the first half a very aggressive Cebu FC side. We've also seen a defensive Mendiola FC 1991. They've shown that we can match your intensity, we can match your aggressiveness. We are here not just to be the goal feeders in the league. We are not just here to give you free points every game. We are here to compete. And now they are showing a different identity. They are showing that they belong in this league. And on the other side with Cebu, hard-earned 3 points, maximum points in this game. A very important win for them, knowing that they are just a game. They have a game at hand against Kaya FC Iloilo. But then again, that goal difference, that massive goal difference is something that they have to look into. If you want to win the league, you have to get maximum points each and every game you play.
Certainly no room for error, as they are within 5 points now of the league leaders. And when you talk about Mendiola, wala silang takot. That's what you love. We may be a lower ranked team and you're definitely in the higher end of the table, but no, we're gonna make life hard for you. We're gonna bring it to you. And again, they are emphasizing that build up for the Copa. And I think we like what we are seeing, especially if you are Coach Niboy Pedemonte.
Exactly. Well, earlier we've seen Hama's goal. Probably the only glaring mistake that Mendiola FC 1991 made in this game. But you talked about this remaining games of the season being a build-up for the upcoming Copa Paulino Alcantara for Mendiola FC 1991. They're no strangers in making surprises in the Copa Paulino Alcantara. They made it to the semifinal in the 2019 edition against Kaya FC Iloilo, who was the finalist during that year. And they've made surprises as well in the recent Copa Paulino Alcantara. May have lost their touch in recent season, but they're getting back out there. They're using this as a stepping stone to what could be a better performance waiting for them in the Copa Paulino Alcantara.
And when we talk about Cebu, yes, they were happy they got the win, but we'll break down the numbers first before we get to it.
Well, it's all about the stats. Right now, Claro, the possession, again, almost equal, 55 to 45. Not much of a difference between the two sides. Dynamic Herb Cebu got double digits in terms of shots, but only having 5 of them on target and not able to convert any more goals in the second half. Meanwhile, Mendiola FC 1991 was able to pull off at least 5 shots in a game. Probably the most they had over the last few games that they have in the PFL, but it's a welcoming sign that they have this aggressiveness in themselves, knowing that they have the key figures now that could help them out. most important thing that I want to talk about, corner counts for this game. Mendiola just getting the better of Cebu in terms of the corner count. So again, the aggressiveness is there. They've shown that they can actually battle it out against the top teams in the Philippines Football League, and we'll never know. We might see them at the top tier as well in the upper echelon of the Philippines Football League, claro.
And of course, but nonetheless, let's not forget that at the end, they had a promising performance if you're Mendiola, but Cebu at the end managed to pull those strings together and get that grind it out win, and now they stretched their unbeaten run to 15 games. So I think this is giving us, a potentially thrilling finish when we look at the league as a whole. Every single game counts again when we look at it. But that does it for this coverage of, again, your Philippines Football League, brought to you by Qatar Airways. It is 1-0 for Cebu over Mendiola FC 1991. And alongside Jamer de la Cruz, this was Claro Manzano on call for this match. And in behalf of the entire broadcast team, Direct Ico de Guzman, thank you very much for tuning in, and we will catch you soon.